All right. This is like my favorite time of the month now. I start getting excited about it more than I get excited about football or basketball. Never been a baseball dude. Let's get into it, you guys. Actually, I think they started a little late with the city of Dalton. I think normally they start at 6:30. I'm not sure. So I pulled it back a little bit. When I got all set up, there was 11 minutes in. So I just pulled it back a little bit. So the stream will be delayed according to real time of the actual Dalton meeting for about 15, 20 minutes, but whatever. Let's get into it.
Well, the special board meeting was called for a 6:15 time slot. At the moment, I do not believe the mayor is present. So the mayor is the rightful chair for the meeting, so that she would generally be the one to begin the meeting. Stepping in as Mayor Pro Tem, I will get the meeting started. Upon the mayor's arrival, she will resume that role, so that way we stay within compliance. Having said that, we will open up this meeting. I'll ask Clerk Key for a roll call, please.
Can you guys hear me?
No.
Okay, great. The mic's not on? Is my mic on?
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, continue. Please
Okay.
continue.
Okay, let me go on. Okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Trustee Belcher.
Let me take the attention off of me.
All right,
Trustee
all right,
Stan-
quiet, please,
Can you
quiet,
be quiet
please.
so we can take the roll? Thank you. Trustee Stan Brown. You're not here? Okay. Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Present.
Trustee Holmes. Doesn't appear to be here. Trustee Norwood.
Present.
We
Okay.
have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll ask all to stand and face the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Okay, if we can remain standing, I don't see my trustee, so I'll ask Trustee Tammy Brown, if you lead us in prayer, please.
Father God, thank you for allowing us to be here tonight for this special board meeting. We ask that everything goes in divine order and that this meeting tonight be very successful. Amen.
Amen. Okay, first order of business. We are at is citizens address or citizens comments. There's a 3 minutes for citizens comments. When we hit the 3 minute mark, we will wave at you just so that way you're aware of the time. But we ask anybody with comments or questions, please go to the podium and address this body. You got a sign this?
It's quite convenient if the mayor's not here for this.
Oh, we had three. We had three people that signed in. So we'll start with Mary Avant. Mic is working. Mic is Mic is off. Okay. Enough.
You cannot control this meeting. We have a mayor pro tem. No.
They struggle. I don't even feel so bad no more. They struggling as much as I be struggling when I'm setting up a stream, so it's all good. I hope my mic is good, y'all. This is my second stream. So.
Yeah, order, please. We gotta go. Public comment. Mary, you're up first.
Yeah.
No.
Don't worry about
Good evening.
We deserve a mayor that truly cares about this and not a mayor that sees our personal playground and our personal things. We deserve all of our elected officials to work for the betterment of our village. And finally, in his absence, I'm going to say this for the regular meeting.
What's going on here?
If necessary, Andrew Holmes. You're gonna answer me. And you're gonna answer the Dolton citizens. You work for me. My taxes pay your taxes. And you owe me and the other citizens of Dolton a statement, not a confession of guilt or innocence. But in light of all the drama and the darkness brought to us, you need to address us. It's just that simple. I ask you for this unanswered fee. Out of respect for us, pending the investigation. But you told it to be absent temporarily. So you will not, and I repeat, you will not say in my face, and anybody that agrees with me, please stay. You will say in your face, because we will be at this mic at every meeting that mandated state. Thank you.
Thank you. We had,
That stuff is janky today.
Good evening.
no,
Fire chief here,
no, ma'am.
because we have people that's outside looking at people in this room. And I would like to know, so what's the occupancy requirement for this? I'm at, so I asked the fire chief, can you please tell me what's the occupancy for this building for the residents to come in and that's outside right now? They can't come in, and I'm sitting up, standing up here, looking at empty seats. Pete, you're not gonna answer? Pete,
Pete's not here.
Who is that?
It's convenient that a lot of people they want to talk to is not there for the meeting right now. What's that? What's happening?
He did. Just
I'll be here soon.
Standing
Yes.
outside. And when actually chief of police here today, because we have empty seats and people call like it is in the week, and they have to take
Wait a minute, let me pull back to something. This stream is so weird today.
Finally, in his absence, I'm going to say this a regular meeting, I'm going to keep it if necessary. Andrew Holmes, you're gonna answer me. And you're gonna answer the Dolton citizens. You work for me. My taxes pay your taxes. And you owe me and the other citizens of Dolton a statement, not a confession of guilt or innocence. But in light of all the drama and the darkness brought to us, you need to address us. It's just that simple. I ask you for this unanswered fee. Out of respect for us, pending the investigation. But you told it to be absent temporarily. So you will not, and I repeat, you will not say in my face, and anybody that agrees with me, please stay. You will say in your face, because we will be at this mic at every meeting that mandated state. Thank you.
Thank you. We had,
Good evening.
no,
Fire chief here,
no, ma'am.
because we have people that's outside looking at people in this room. And I would like to know, so what's the occupancy requirement for this? So I have to require you. Can you please tell me what's the occupancy for this building for the residents to come in that's outside right now? They can't come in, and I'm sitting up, standing up here looking at empty seats. Pete, you're not gonna answer. Pete,
Sheet's not here.
Who is that?
He did. Just.
I'll be here soon.
Standing
You got
outside.
Boy, I swear it's horrible right now. This speed.
And people call like it is in the week, and they are taking it.
Thank you.
I think it's janky by design. They know they can do better than this.
Everybody to go outside and go back to the back when you were about to start. That in addition to the fact that we had training rooms in this very village hall for years. For years. So this 43 restriction was building a violation of open meeting act to start. Primary issue. Everyone in here. They have over 3 files on this garbage that I know. I'm going to show you that 60 days. And at some point, they're going to have to pay. I don't know who they get it off. But they look at them and say, children, you take that home to your house. Your children. If you didn't stop playing it for you all, you can turn off the light. Eddie. Oh, we know. Turn off the light. So we can violate our privacy. Then you have to get people right now that came to their village hall, but they pay exactly for it. We pay your salary. We pay for this building. You didn't pay the calls and tell them you can't come in here. Why don't you go take that back to the town?
Yeah.
I'm going to go what we're doing for you.
First of all, you don't know me. Okay? I want you to ask
Hey, order, please. Order, please.
Out of order. Out of order.
Don't pay him.
Out of order.
No, you're going to get the captain.
Yeah, ignore him, please. Please. Please.
Where's the resident? Where's the
You got a better
resident?
feed.
Excuse us, sir.
Hello.
Everybody doing what's
Hi.
I'm sorry, you guys. I know this feed is horrible. I don't know what Dolton is doing. This is Dolton's feed.
I no longer appreciate how the police have been around to intrude on my freedom of all my freedom of move I can. Very much so hope that it's one of the holders for she walked up on me from the street. She decided that she's gonna take her utility dog off her phone to proceed to fight me for my personal rights in this community. She needs to be fired. I filed a police report. I have a police report. It was a report. This is unacceptable. never of the preaching of public trust is negative. And then you on people's tax dollars, you understand here, people tax dollars, what the evil is, and you're the one preaching up. But nobody says anything, right? Don't
Look at the
nobody
cop
say
standing next to her.
I don't like it, my family don't like it, and let me do something to you all. I'm gonna make it up. But like Dr. Dog, you do anything that might you're not and if you all have any God-forsaken sin, anything, your conscience are hurt, and there's nothing you can tell me to say about yourself. You don't have one. I got trustees walking up on me, and I hold my concern. None of you all, you all not saying today. None of that, so none of you all. I'm not angry. But since you all want to face all this, I was born with this big mouth. You know what I got to say? None of what you all did. All of you all are wrong. And y'all, I'm sorry for saying this. How dare y'all use somebody that I did care about to call me for that April crap? And I did on purpose what I did for you. How dare y'all do that unsafe? None of you all stood up and said one word. Okay, that's my good phone call. But you do nothing but you preach. And then you want to stand out there and some of the food program. But everyone where they didn't go hold up enough food. Y'all got to tell everything y'all got. You I got some but money. Because y'all still getting paid, right? Y'all still getting paid. As long as y'all keep taking money, you know better than what you're saying out of your mouth. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. You all allow people to encounter things that they never should have had to encounter. Then when they stood up for themselves, what did you all do? And all these videos and y'all out here talking with the police, y'all better learn y'all law. Y'all better learn y'all law. But y'all is no law. And next time y'all get in front of the fact that you want to want to don't take it and then you're welcome. Shut it down, bro. You're welcome. Shut it down, bro. This is your business. I think that's the first thing to do. But y'all going back and telling on y'all stories now.
Whatever she's saying, she sounds pissed off about it.
Thank you. If we can pause for one moment, the mayor is present. So Mayor, we will be turning over the chair of the meeting back to the mayor's office. Okay.
Testing.
We got it, Tiffany. You don't need to test it no more. Stop.
Testing. Okay, guys. You know what? You know what? Why do you say this? Why do you say this? On the thing that
Man, they having technical difficulties. I don't know. Part of me feel like this is by design, though. It's like, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all getting more publicity than most other local cities in America right now. But Mayor Henyard is getting her ass tore off by these comments in these meetings, and that's the thing. That's what she was saying. And I ain't mad at her. I get it. That's what people don't realize. Some of these officials are in the bathroom, looking in the mirror.
Don't be pointing over here at me. You cut it off. I cut it back off.
Feeling crazy, because they know they're finna get talked bad to. That's nerve wracking.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if she had a shot of whiskey before she came out. But it's disrespectful to the residents. Look at this lady. She just got to stand here and wait until they figure this out. It's like, come on, guys. You got seniors here. Let's get it together. You don't have to stand and deal with all this. That's all I'm saying. But I hope they get it together so you guys will have a
Got
good
it?
meeting.
You got it? No.
Oh, they're not coming out the house.
No. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good evening, residents. Thank you for coming out this evening. First and foremost, I want to apologize for people acting out of order this evening. When we come into a board meeting, I just want to set the rules for you. You have to be in order. You cannot yell loud. You cannot say bad things to people. Everybody's entitled to their opinion as relates to who they like, who they support, what it is they want to talk to this body about. I need you guys to respect their time and give them their 3 minutes. Is there someone, where's Medina? I don't see Medina, I don't see Jackie. Do y'all have someone doing the time since y'all started the meeting? Y'all have somebody doing the time? Okay, and do you have a sign-in sheet? Is there a sign-in sheet? Just one person? Okay, so you only have one person. Is there anybody else that would like to address the body? Okay, so this is the 6th. I don't have that agenda. I only have the 6:30 agenda. So if I can have a copy of that agenda, we can move forward. Yeah, she here?
So I wasn't tripping. It was a 6:30
Yeah,
meeting. That's
Medina
what I
was
thought. The regular meeting is at 6:30.
Yeah, Medina, can I have a copy of the agenda, please? Thank you. Okay. In the back, to the police officer in the back, is the metal detectors on? Okay. So, residents, for your safety and for our safety, we're gonna have people go through the metal detectors. You can stay, hold on. You have to listen. You have to listen. You can say, y'all can say no all you want. It's not up to you as it relates to safety. It's about safety for everyone. So everyone will have a seat, but we are going to have everyone go through the metal detectors so that everyone is secure in the building. The last board meeting, we had an incident. You have to listen. I just told you guys, you have to listen. So you guys have to go through the metal detectors so that everyone is secure in the building. Everyone can stay here. Everyone has a seat, but we care about safety. Safety is our top priority, no matter who it is or what it is. So if you don't mind, we're going to pause while everybody goes through the metal detector and come back to your seat. And then we can start our meeting so that everyone's safe. If something jumps off in here, we don't know who has what. So I'm just trying to make it aware that everyone understands. So Lacey, Chief Lacey, if you can direct people, you can start the first row. People can go in and come back in, and then have your seats. We're not telling you to exit the building. We're telling you we all about.
Why everything get janky when she come in the building? See, it was janky on the mic, but she be doing extra stuff, and this is why everybody's mad at her all the time. Now y'all got a meeting going on. Y'all know y'all need metal detectors, and y'all know an incident popped off the last time. Set the metal detectors up like a half an hour before the meeting. These metal detectors should have been set up. Really, they should be set up all day, but whatever. If the meeting is at 6:15, the special meeting, and the real meeting is at 6:30, why they didn't set this up at least by 6 o'clock? 5:30, just when people want to get there extra early, get a seat. Y'all know this, and y'all know predominantly your residents who come to these meetings are seniors. That's what it is. Don't be having these people come in here, find their seat, and then tell them y'all gotta leave and come out after she was late. This is the stuff that pisses people off about her. She better stop doing this shit.
Safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, one row at a time, we need you to go through the metal detectors and go right back to your seat.
This is tacky. Like, this is really tacky. I'm with safety. She's right. Something popped off. Safety is important. But be proactive. Safety is being proactive, not reactive like this. Y'all knew y'all had a meeting, and you know you got seniors. Stop doing them like this. Come on now.
That's what we
Okay,
need you to
just
do.
know you will have to exit the building. I care
Okay.
about safety in this
Ma'am.
building. Last incident we had, someone tried to attack someone in the building. So,
Okay.
we'll go one by one and you can stay in the building.
The
We have no
meeting-
problem with that.
The meeting will not start. This is something we have to do for security measures, regardless of whether you know. Okay, well, guess what, ma'am? You have to go through the detectors. Anybody that wants safety, this is what we're doing. Please step out, step out, and then let them back in. Well, we do.
That's so tacky. They should have did this beforehand. Don't do this like now. While you into the meeting. That's crazy.
Commander Rowley. You step on the other side. Listen. Have them step on the other side. Take 5 at a time, and then have them come back in. Okay. That's Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless, this meeting will not continue until everybody goes through the metal detector. Okay? So this, I know. Ma'am?
That is so tacky.
Kiana Belcher didn't open the door yet.
Well, let me see if I can skip ahead a little bit.
The point is safety. That's what the point. We gotta do it. Let me worry about it. Okay? No, that don't mean no. That means let me know about it.
I'm skipping ahead. We don't need to wait till everybody go out and come back in. They so tacky for doing that.
All right, please roll, please.
It is so tacky. So what they doing, you guys, is sending everybody out back through the metal detectors and having them come back in. I'm trying to skip forward.
Self-harm, and you want to always protect.
So what they did, they were sending everybody out because apparently they didn't have them going through the metal detectors coming in, and I was skipping forward. So let me see. We should be almost close to the regular time now. He's just so tacky how they do that.
Thank you all for walking through the metal detectors. I appreciate it. It's all about safety. Remember that, because you don't want no one harm, yourself harm, and you want to always protect people. Is there anybody else for a public comment? All right. You have 3 minutes. Hey, you got a stopwatch or something? You got your timer? A timer late? 3 minutes? 3. Okay, is it on now? Okay, sorry.
At least we get a better feed now.
Okay. It's always time in your.
What is going on?
Yep. Chief Lacy, why weren't you here? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is by design. They could have done better than all this. They inconveniencing trying to.
There. Okay, well, you never know with more over there. I mean, that was petty. Just prove how petty you were. They had a legal right to meeting, and you shut off the mic. What did you think that was going to accomplish? The meeting still went forward. So not sure why you did that. You're just so petty and unprofessional. How were you okay with that? How are you okay with yourself?
You're so petty and
Okay,
unprofessional.
I'll just repeat what she said. She said, on our tax dollars. I mean, why do you do that? Why do you think it's okay to do that? I mean, does your relationship camaraderie mean that much that you are okay with selling your soul? I mean, it's yeah, I just don't understand it. Stan Brown, I saw you on the way in. We had a brief talk. Just remember what we spoke about. I have faith in you for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I do. I do have faith in you. You know, one thing I told you, you're a cold stepper. You know, I like that about you. You're smooth stepper, but do the right thing, Stan. Do the right thing. You have people around you that wants what's best for the people, not what's best for Tiffany. Get off of that side and just do the right thing. That's all I'm going to say. I have faith in you, okay? And I think that a lot of people want to give you a chance to do the right thing, okay? We know it's in you. You're not cut from the same cloth as a William Moore, okay? You have it in you. You have it in you. You know, Chief Lacy, like I said, you know, it's crazy the energy you bring. It's just so negative. These meetings without you were just, I'm not going to say they were great, but it was just good not having you here. I mean, it was good not having that energy, your negative energy. And what's so ironic, you know, it was raining when we came, and it was a rainbow in the sky. And I was like, you know, I looked at it. Someone else, I asked someone in line, had they seen it? They're like, yeah, they're like, maybe that's a good sign. I said, that's how I'm taking it. How could you not take a rainbow as a good sign?
Ma'am, your time is up.
Is it really? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
you know what?
there
This
anyone
this
else?
lady,
What
she
are you
does
thinking,
do a little bit
Michael?
much. A little bit
Right.
much. Some people kind of got comfortable riding.
My family then lived in this village for well over 30 years. I watched back in 1991, after they moved here in 88, my grandfather passed away in that home in Dolton. And just recently, in October, I had to bury my grandmother. And the fact that I'm watching every day while I'm hauling hazardous materials, things that people need, and watching as this village being ran into the ground by this woman, it's pissing me off.
I believe
I'm
you
watching
too.
as this township is being ran into the ground by this woman.
But that woman.
I'm watching as my alma mater, South Suburban College, a college that gave me a chance to go to college and be able to get my degree, being scammed by this woman.
By that woman.
All these things I take very personally. Very personally indeed. I love this town. I love this township. I love my school. And I will be damned if I allow anyone, particularly you, ma'am, scam, destroy, run into the ground. And while you're sitting there with your thousands upon thousands of dollars, the people of this village, the people of this township, the students at South Suburban College suffer. Absolutely not. Sit here and watch as one of your trustees sexually assault a woman and still sits on the board. He might not be here today because he's tired of hearing about it, but we're not going to be tired of saying it. Andrew Holmes assaulted a woman. He was
I hope they made him go to the metal detector, and they better have pat him down too, because you can tell he's pissed. Like he looked like he would pull something out and start something.
Loans in jail, along with you, Miss Henyard, and your wigs. Because we don't know where the damn money's going. It's going to her wigs.
Officer,
The fact that these police officers murdered Alexis Wilson and continue to walk the streets and police these streets is an abomination. Her name is Alexis Wilson. She was murdered by the Dolton Police Department. This is crap.
okay,
Leave this township.
his time is up.
No.
His time is up.
3 minutes. I'm still counting.
Okay.
All right,
Sir,
next
your time is up, sir.
Oh,
Okay, next person.
A woman that
All right.
health crisis.
Sir,
Just allow her.
sir, you're gonna be
Yeah.
escorted out the building, sir.
No, I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll be right outside. with the
All right.
rest of the people when it's fire.
Okay.
The other
Officer, escort him out.
see her name.
All right, is there anyone else? Anyone else want to address the body?
Boy, he was wild there when he said her and her wigs. Tiffany, Mayor Tiffany Henyard got the wig council.
Hello, everyone. So I wasn't gonna get up and comment just yet, but I just wanted to say that on the back of what he said, this is really ridiculous. As a disabled resident in this community, the fact that you would even make us get up out of our chairs after we've already sat down and got comfortable to even go back through a metal detector because you wasn't here on time to say that, oh, they should have been let in. No, you should have been here to let us in.
Yep, she right.
If you wasn't here to let us in and we were let in, that's on you.
She right.
You should have somebody as a backup because you're the chief, right? So why is it that all of the residents have to go back out and come back in and be humiliated for her?
That's right. She's
For
right.
her.
She's 100% right.
Because she's scared. What about us? What about our fears? What about our tax dollars? What about the rape that Andrew Holmes did or the sexual assault? Everybody is hurting behind me. Don't tell my life. Back on. Anyway, like
Ma'am, if you're gonna talk, you're running
I'm
out. Okay,
turning my mic off.
ma'am.
Your mic is working like this so I can finish my time. Mute me. I got 60 seconds. So mute me. Right. Because I'm going to say what I got to say. And the residents going to hear what I got to say. So whether or not you want to try and keep muting people and keep shutting people up, it's not working. And you can keep doing this.
Ma'am, take your hand off the mic.
Now here unasked that seat. Because you definitely go unasked that seat. Your administration is definitely wrong.
Ma'am.
No, you can't. I still got time, so you can't say anything. My mic.
Ma'am, take your hand off.
Why are you playing with my mics? So anybody else get up here and say what she want to hear, their mic's not gonna go off. Their mic's not gonna go muted. But when I get up here and say something, my mic's go off. My mic's go muted because you don't want to hear the truth. That's all it is. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. The truth is that y'all need to see some stuff down today. Once the FBI is around the corner so they can come and raise this place because all of y'all deserve to go to jail. All of y'all.
Okay, her time is done. Her time is done.
All right, anyone else?
Good evening, residents, trustees. Now, one of those non-red.
What is up with they mic? Maybe they are playing with their mics. That's crazy. They playing with the mics over there. You would think with all that money that they playing with over there, the mics be perfect.
Thanks for clickbait. I'm not for Tiffany Henyard. Here for the Village of Dolton. I am here for Vanilla Foods. On record that I'm here to ask Andrew Holmes, did he sexually assault that woman? Did he drug her?
Ma'am,
I don't need
you're
to.
revoking your time. If you want to talk, go ahead and talk, but if you're revoking your time.
Mr. Lacy, Mr. Lacy, I would finish my time, sir, if you would stop interrupting me.
Okay, just keep talking.
Oh, gee.
I'm going to keep talking. All I have to say is this village deserves so much more than what it's getting. From an outsider looking in, y'all are being hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. And that's all I got to say, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And there's nothing you can do
All
about
right,
it.
who's next? All right.
Hello, everybody. I hope that all is well with everyone this evening, and if not, I hope it will be after this meeting.
Okay, sir.
My name is Denasha Harrison. I've lived in Dolton for a little over a year. I've served my country for over 20 years in the United States Marine Corps, and I would like to thank everyone here for their service and the families that are attached to those who serve.
And thank you for your service, sir.
I've had my experiences dealing with affairs of other countries for the good of their people all over the world, making sure that their way of life was protected because of our values here in the United States of America. And I'd like to think that it's not only for the best interest of those countries, but for the interest of ours as well. Although I'm originally from the west side of Chicago, Austin area, right? I decided to put down roots here in Dolton because this town lends to a certain peace that the west side could not provide for me. I believe that the residences of Dolton deserve better representation from its legislators, and that the people of Dolton and their leaders deserve to serve and be served in an environment that fosters better cooperation through legislation, communication, and transparency. I've seen what everyone else has seen through social media, and I've heard the voices around the village speaking of how they are frustrated with our legislative processes from both sides. I won't pretend to understand all the issues and battles that exist between the mayor and trustees beyond the clickbait or the motivation of the media outlets beyond the facts, but I do know that in the middle of it all, the constituents, the people of Dolton, are in the middle of the dysfunction that is being displayed by the very ones who should be leading our village towards better resources, programs, activities, and fiscal transparency that can all be the benchmark that we build as a consensus around the things to propel this village forward. We should all be working on how to get to yes together by taking a this and that instead of a this or that approach. One thing that everyone has in common in this space is passion for the city of Dolton. Passion to do right by it or passion to tear it down, but passion nonetheless. So I want to encourage the trustees and the city administration to do whatever it takes to channel that passion towards getting to yes and encourage people to strike the right chord to come up with much needed solutions to our village and to support anyone in the legislative body that's willing to do good for the people. And so I will support anyone who is willing to support the people. I would like to take these final seconds to announce my candidacy for trustee here in the Village of Dolton. I'm looking forward to meeting with any legislator that is willing to work with me as I embark on this endeavor.
Sir, your time is up.
Okay, sir.
All right, is that it? All right, that ends public comment. Next on the agenda is, we have general announcements, so I'm gonna move it forward to do the swearing in so that we can allow the families to go and celebrate their loved one. If you would, we'll start with fire department.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Dolton Fire Department Administration is seeking the advice and consent of the mayor and the Village Board of Trustees to approve the promotional vacancy of one fire lieutenant at the August 5th, 2024 Executive Board meeting. The Dolton Fire Department currently has 2 vacancies as fire lieutenant. As of this date, Engineer Ian Cosgrove is the only member available to fill a vacancy as the aforementioned qualified member. Engineer Ian Cosgrove has been filling the vacancy as a temporary lieutenant since March 23rd, 2024. The mayor and the board, I am seeking a motion to officially, formally promote Ian Cosgrove to fire lieutenant.
Okay. So they're gonna do some swearing in and get some photos and stuff like that.
All
I
right.
believe it's the fire department.
Y'all make some noise for the fire department.
And shout out to the firefighters out there, man. They don't get enough respect, but we need you, we love you, we respect you. Thank you guys for what you do.
All right, everybody know how this goes. We're gonna raise his right hand. You're gonna repeat after me. We're gonna swear him in this evening. So congratulations again. So that's a tough job. So we appreciate your service. So I'm gonna say I,
Ian Cosgrove,
having been appointed to the office of fire lieutenant
having been appointed to the office of fire lieutenant
in the village of Dolton,
in the Village of Dolton, in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of fire lieutenant for the Village of Dolton to the best of my ability.
All right, Lieutenant. All right.
all right. Are there any more general announcements?
Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the agenda also was promotion for the police lieutenant, and the police and fire commission meeting was on Friday, but if we don't swear him in, he's over the time that he has been
Yeah,
acting as that.
well,
So,
they spoke and they a different day. So I just confirmed with.
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yeah. I just,
May I speak?
sure, go.
Yeah, okay. Trustee, he'll be on the next meeting, not this one.
All right, next on the agenda is village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. My minutes will be on the board's special board meeting at another date, but tonight I would like to just talk about how our ordinance state that the department heads should submit a written copy of the report that they will present at the next board meeting. I should get a hard copy of that. I shouldn't translate their reports, and I'm just asking that we go back to how our ordinances are written and that each department head submit a copy of their report that they're going to report out on to my office so that it can be included with the minutes. And that's basically it for me. Thank you very much.
All right. Just to add clarity to what she just stated about them having a report, if they have anything to give her office, they sure can do that. But as it relates to them saying things up here, because sometimes people will just talk about whatever else came to mind for their department. So her job as a clerk is to still add it in the minutes so that when people do for you the minutes, you have accurate minutes of what someone stated. Prime example, once the mayor department talks about something here at a meeting, my minutes, my statements are never in the minutes. I've said this several times.
What?
And it's always said, refer to the mayor's department. And I gave a whole report, but nothing gets typed. So I just want to point that out, and
That's
that's
not
on the
right.
record. And I've also asked the clerk for all of the records from our village, which I
Now let me get into that. Now see, that's important what she just said. If that is true, that's a big problem. Sometimes things, so we know ordinances or a local government's way of talking about a law. That's what it is. It's a fancy local word for a law. When the mayor says something or anybody says something in these meetings, sometimes they have to confer. It takes time. They have to do research for it to become a real ordinance, a real law, a real rule. And so if an infraction occurs, let's say something in the city happens and it hasn't been figured out if this is going to be a law yet or an ordinance, is still going back and forth between the mayor and the board and so forth. What they'll do is look for precedents and they'll look for what's in the minutes to kind of get an idea of where they were going and use that as some kind of precedent or some kind of map per se of what's going on. If the mayor's stuff is not in there, that's not good. It's a big problem.
still don't have to this day. I don't have any ordinances or anything. I've requested to view all records, which that's in my power to do, and I'm not able to get any records from the clerk as of today. So I don't have any record as it relates to ordinance, a resolution, or anything so that I can review them and look at them and see what's needed moving forward.
So let me also address another misunderstanding that gets a little interesting. So in different cities, they have different classifications. This is a village, so it's classified as a village. Honestly, I can't recall off memory if that's classified as a charter city or what, but you got first class cities, second class cities, third class cities. Like, for example, the city of Chicago is a first class city. And you can kind of tell a first class city when they have aldermen instead of councilmen. So the city of St. Louis is a first class city. The city of Chicago is a first class city. And then you have different other classes. In this specific city, they elect the clerk. Whereas in the city where I was, they don't elect the clerk. The clerk gets appointed by the board. The clerk is also the board, the secretary to the board of aldermen. And that's usually common in most first class cities. So it gets a little blurry on the line because you would think when the mayor's saying, I can't get the records, you would think, what you mean she's the mayor? Well, the clerk doesn't really work for the mayor. The clerk is the keeper of records. And so how it goes is the clerk on a day-to-day reports to the city manager or the city administrator, but really works more for the board than the city, than the mayor. You know, the clerk has an interesting job in between because they're the keeper of records, and then all of the other employees usually in the front office or assistant clerks. One of the reasons why that's done is because of continuity. Like when a mayor comes in, they get to pick their administration, you know, their own chief, their own city attorney, their own city manager or city administrator, whatever. You don't want to have a brand new administration move in after an election and then a brand new board move in or members on the board, and then you got to change the clerk out and then records get discombobulated. No, you have it separated. So that's why the clerk has the power to kind of, I don't want to say stall some things because that has negative implications, but they have the power to determine how records are distributed and when, and that can be a problem sometimes. Let me get back to this stuff.
Oh, that's for the record.
On to your comment.
Not a back
So
and
for
forth.
the, well, it won't be a back and
Hold on,
forth, but
it's
I
not
just need
clerk, hold
to,
on, you don't have
for
the floor. You
clarification.
just said you want to follow rules. I didn't give you the floor. So my statement was my statement. I allow you to make your statement, and we're
So
gonna move on.
You're not the only body here. I
Okay,
think you
clerk,
should
but you
respect
said
us
you-
and allow each
it's
of
not a
us
back and
to
forth.
speak.
It's not a back and forth. We're moving on.
We have
One more thing too. When she said that you're not the only body, she's right because you do have the board and their clerk is an elected official as well. So she really does have to respect them. The mayor does need to respect the clerk. See, a lot of people look at the big title of mayor and say, "Ooh, it's the mayor," yada yada yada. You know, the mayor is important, but the mayor is no more important than the body of the board. You know, the board of trustees or the board of councilmen or the board of aldermen. They all have to work together. The board is a partner to the mayor. Like I always say, the mayor has rules they have to abide in. They can move however they want in those rules. But the board is who sets those rules. And the clerk is the one who documents those rules and takes an objective view on how it was going down. And so it's very, very important. Everything needs to go in the minutes because if it didn't go in the minutes, that means it didn't happen. Now, when she says you don't have the floor, you see people speak all the time that don't have the floor. Here's the key. When the mayor or the chairman of the meeting, which is the mayor in this case, gives you the floor, now that means that it's your message is supposed to be quoted in the minutes. If the mayor doesn't give you the floor, then legally the clerk isn't supposed to take what you say in the minutes, which basically is a way for the mayor or the chairman of that meeting to dictate who's really speaking. If they give you the floor, you can speak and it goes in the minutes. If they don't give you the floor and you speak, it doesn't go in the minutes, which means historically it never happened.
one
Next on the
department,
agenda-
thank you,
next
Stacey
on the
Carrell,
agenda
who faithfully
engineer
submitted a report because he
Ron-
understands what the
Ron
law
Smith,
is.
you have the floor.
He understands what the law is.
Ron, you
And
have
I
the
am
floor.
the keeper of the records in case you guys don't know.
You have the
So the
floor.
records stay with me.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm done. Thank you.
And that was for Ron, but okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and residents from the Village of Dolton. This evening, I will give an update on the infrastructure projects that we are embarking on in the village. We will be doing a pavement rehabilitation project on 154th Street from Dorchester to MLK. That project will commence at the end of August. The second project, there's two projects in a phase one study. This will be done by the Illinois Department of Transportation. That's 142nd Street from Lincoln until the Bishopport Highway. The other project is Cottage Grove from Sibley Boulevard to 154th Street. Both of those projects, again, are in a phase one study phase with the Illinois Department of Transportation. Those projects will be bid out and funded by the Illinois Department of Transportation. We are currently working on a water service inventory project. We'll be going throughout the village, contacting residents, and we need to analyze the material of their existing service lines to see what type of material the service line is, whether it's lead, galvanized steel, or if it's already copper. The final project is a project with MWRD. They will be addressing flooding issues throughout the Village of Dolton. The first project is a sewer rehabilitation project that is from 146th Street to Sibley Boulevard from Atlantic going to Edbrook. The project is scheduled to be bidded out within the next 30 to 60 days. It will be bidded out by MWRD. It will be constructed by MWRD and also paid for 100% by MWRD. That concludes my report for this evening, and I will entertain any questions that the mayor or board may have.
Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
Next is corporate bills. First is electric warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the bills list? There.
Would you like me to read them in the record, Mayor?
Yeah. It don't matter. It could be you, whoever want to read it. If you don't want to read it, you can read it.
Okay.
I'll read it.
Yeah, so because we have received a few different ones, so I'll read the ones after conferring with some of the board that I believe everybody is comfortable with. The June 30th, 2024 corporate payments list. We have corporate payments on the electronic warrant list, $357,675.40. Water fund registered payments, $349,365.11. Sewer fund payments, $1,395.02. Total payments on this list, $708,435.53. I motion that we approve the bills on this list.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. Any discussion? Call roll.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes is absent, and Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is there a motion to approve the AP warrant list? Is there a motion?
If I may, if I can read this one into record as well. Corporate payments, August 5th, 2024 warrant list. Corporate payments of $1,237,156.44. Gross payroll for July 12th, $430,104.70. Gross payroll 7/26, $467,175.57. Melanie Fitness Center registered payments $1,244.32. Total corporate payments $2,135,681.03. My motion is to approve the bills as stated.
All right. Any discussion?
Well, I had discussion. I don't know if we have a second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and a second?
I have one point of discussion, if I may.
Go ahead.
I want to, these lists, I want to give an acknowledgement to Trustee Stan Brown, who reached out to the administration and asked that items that had previously been taken off of old lists not be included or be put on separate lists. So the board actually had 5 different lists of bills. There were 2 lists that the board, to my knowledge, is comfortable with, and 3 lists that will remain for further discussion. So I want to give an acknowledgement and just a little bit of clarity, because I know during this time, I generally have a list that we can hopefully make this a smoother meeting. So thank you, Trustee Stan.
Okay, and with that being said, is this the list that has Otison's bills in it?
You saying the list just read?
Yeah. Because you guys switch lists and which one you want to approve, who don't approve. Otison.
The Otison is not on this list, no.
He's not on this AP warrant list.
I'm looking right now just to make sure. I do not see him on this list, but of course, you know, I would like him to be paid.
Which list? So who sent that list to you guys?
He is on this list.
Is he on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yes, he is on. Yes, he is on.
As well as Delgado.
Yeah, 108,000.
Delgado is the village attorney. I still drive that all the time.
Oh.
And Otison is legislative counsel.
Yep, Otison and Delgado are both on this list.
Okay. So you guys know that I'm totally against paying you guys attorneys. You guys have bills on the list as it relates to political issues, and you guys know you can't use government funds for political bills. I stated this, and you guys constantly put it up here for a vote. Again, that is illegal. I keep saying this, and I'm putting it out there for the record. And I will advise you guys not to move forward with it. So, that's it for me.
That's your
All
opinion.
right.
Now the board do what they want to do.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right.
So I hope y'all just saw what happened. The mayor wanted one thing, the board wanted something different. The board as a body is more powerful legally than the mayor is. But the mayor and her administration is more powerful on a day-to-day operation because the mayor got more room to do illegal stuff, whereas the board doesn't. But the board has to band together to be stronger. And it's the separation of power. When we were in school, they used to talk about it. The executive branch, just like you have the president and their cabinet, you have the governor and the governor's administration, and then you have the mayor and their administrator. Those are the executive branches. Then you had a legislative branch. There's a legislative branch, which would be federally. You got Congress, which is, the Senate and the House of Representatives. Then statewise, you got Congress, which is the Senate and the state of the House of Representatives. And then on the local level, you have the Board of Aldermen, the Board of Councilmen, the Board of Trustees. And the legislative branch together is more powerful.
Next on the y'all yes, and I don't know what you yes for. Remember, they say we got.
So basically, what she said is she didn't want them to vote to have their own attorney. They wanted to have an attorney. They voted passed because they don't trust her. They saying they don't trust her and her administration. So just because she got her own lawyer that's supposed to represent their city, they don't believe it. They don't agree with it. The board can do that if they want. Now, what she could have done was try to block getting that on the agenda, but that causes another slew of problems. We'll talk about that another time.
Got no money, but they found money for a lawyer. Remember that. Next on the agenda is new business. Is there a motion to approve an ordinance ending the village credit card policy? Is there a motion?
Mayor, if I may, items A, B, and C, for the sake of time, I would like to bundle those in discussion. I'll expand a little bit more on each one, but I would like to do a consent for passage of items A, B, and C.
So you want a motion to bundle?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Then motion second to bundles A, B, and C. And just for the record, for those that don't know what it is, motion to approve an ordinance amending the village credit card policy. B, a motion to approve an ordinance declaring a village credit card spending freeze. And C, a motion to approve a settlement of Williams versus Dolton, an amount of $30,000. Colorado.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All right.
bundle
Now,
items A, B,
is there a
and C.
motion to approve items A, B, and C?
So move.
Is there a
Second.
Is there a motion second? Any discussion?
Yes, if I may.
All right. Go ahead.
A and B, we talked about just for a little bit more clarity on the credit card spending changes as well as freeze. Essentially, it would only allow for the Director of Administrative Services to use the credit card only on items that the board approves, and it puts a cap on any transaction of $5,000. There was consideration on completely cutting it off, but there are some bills that must be paid. Well, it's most convenient to be paid with a credit card. It causes great tears, so we did not want to put the staff into a much more difficult place. So we wanted to put in some safeguards that can be reasonable for day-to-day activities while still acknowledging some of the challenges we feel are with the credit card spending. Thank you.
All right. Colorado.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All
approve
right.
A,
Next
B,
on
and
the
C.
agenda
I'm
is
still
discussion and
talking.
consider.
I'm still talking, Mayor.
You said motion passed.
I was still talking
Okay,
when
go
you
ahead.
started talking. And I'm just saying motion was approved to approve items A, B, and C. Thank you.
All right. Next, discussion and consideration to approve the sale of the village property located at 14900 Greenwood, Nelly Fitness Center. All right, it's discussion. Any discussion?
I make a motion.
A motion to,
Okay, so we're discussing it.
it's a
You're
discussion.
saying- Okay, so, I am the one that placed this on the agenda. And the reason that I placed this on the agenda after having a meeting with, Casperic's office, Lauren, who is one of the account holders of ours. Everyone know that we are, strapped for cash. And the Village of Dolton has the Melanie Fitness Center that is not being occupied. We see it used for events and parties and everything else. There was a Dolton Police sign placed on it, but we do not have the funds to make it a Dolton Police Department. So I am asking that we move forward to try to see if we can put this property on the market.
All right, any discussion?
Okay, you go ahead.
I was just going to state that in the very beginning, maybe our first year here, I remember myself and Trustee Brown put on the agenda to sell it. And when we, Tammy Brown, for clarification, right? We asked that we move forward with an appraisal. So our goal for the last 3 years, as a community, we want to be able to put properties back on the tax roll and actually benefit, because the more people that pay taxes in our community, the better. So we've been asking, and the time has come so that we can try to occur some of these expenses that they have been putting on the village. So that's the goal, to try to offset spending. Thank you.
All right, anyone else?
Yes, I'd like to speak on that. At this time, I really hate to give up Melanie, because that's a nice area, nice facility for us to hold on to it. I'd like us to have a little more discussion on what else could we possibly do with that. Is there some type of way we can save it instead of us going into the real estate business selling that? That's a nice piece of property. So if we can have some further discussion on that down the line.
So maybe we should propose that we have a CAL meeting, and then that way we can discuss it with the residents like we would normally supposed to do, so then we can involve the residents and have this discussion, because ultimately it is a discussion that we're all supposed to make. But as trustees, our goal is to look at finances and see how we can financially benefit. So at this moment, it's just costing us and costing us and costing us. Even that sign on it, that was about $50,000. We can't continue to spend money when we're here today trying to make a transfer just so we can pay the bills. It's unfair, it's a lack of prioritizing, and it makes no sense. Right now, we are bleeding. This village is bleeding. If these residents knew the truth, they'd hit the roof. So with that being said, I'm up for the discussion, but I'm also.
That's my new saying. If the residents knew the truth, the residents would hit the roof. I say it again. If the residents knew the truth, they'd hit the roof.
Ultimately thinking that we should bring it in front of the residents and see how we can make it more cost affordable for the entire community.
Okay, as long as you open for that discussion. So we can sit down and talk.
I like it, Trustee
Okay,
Brown.
I just want to add on to that. Not only, it's also a liability. If no one is aware, it's not actually a police station. People would actually go there thinking that it is a police station. So if I'm in a frenzy and someone is chasing me and I go there for the police station, well, guess what? It's not a police station. So there's also a great liability. In the meantime, as it's sitting there, maybe the sign should be covered as well. So you don't give people that false narrative that it's a police station, and it's not a police station. Again, the bag is empty, y'all. We've been saying that forever. It's dried out. You got to bring some type of revenue into this village. The bag is empty. So we got to try to bring some type of funding. If it could be sold, if it could be salvaged, what could we bring there? And again, I agree with Trustee Norwood. Have a meeting, see what the residents want to do. Again, this is our community. It's not my community, it's our community. So we need to get residents involved as well as this board. Thank you.
Okay. So as relates to Melly Fitness, I still believe it should be a police station. Our goal is to turn it into that. The board see fit that they would like to sell the property. I still think the people should have a say-so in that. I know when we did put the sign up, a lot of residents was happy that the police station was closer on Sibley and then that they can get calls a lot faster. So my goal is still to do that. And what people not telling you is it is in a TIF district. That's where that police station sits at. And then also, when they purchased the sign, Chief Lacy, what account did it come out of? Because when they tell you stuff, they'll tell you where money comes from, what account, how they was able to afford a sign and turn it into a police station. It's different accounts. It did not come out to the general fund or nothing like that. But they have to educate you before they just send you off and tell you something to make it sound as though it's bad. And then before you start, Chief Lacy, another thing, we could have been using that area for the longest. I've tried several times to put it on the agenda to allow them to fix the pool so that now the community could utilize it because it's been sitting there and we pay for it just to sit there. And we could have been giving swimming lessons to all the people in the community. But these are the things that I fight for that I would like to see within Dolton, not just get up here and say, hey, today I just want to sell melodies. Why? It's been sitting there for 3.5 years. So why now you just want to sell melodies? Every time we come up with a plan, it's always somebody. Excuse me, guys, if you could, for 1 minute. You got to hear both sides. So please, for 1 second. So,
All right, calm down.
So
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying to you guys is that we would like to see a police station there. We have 2 fire departments, 2 stations. So now we would like to do the same as relates to one is right here on Park and the other was off of Sibley. That's what we would like to do with the property. The board has to learn how to come and speak to that as relates to what we can do it together because that was the plan all along. Now, if you could tell them how we pay for the sign.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The sign was paid for out of asset forfeiture. We have a state and a federal. It was recently brought to one of my commander's attention that said that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Our asset forfeiture is not dried up. We still utilize our asset forfeiture and money is still being put into asset forfeiture. That being said, that's what that money was used for that. I also learned that there is in the TIF district where, guess what, it can be paid for. It's strategically, that would be a perfect location for it because our police station we have right now, we're pouring a lot of money into it. We need a new location. We already did the blueprints from a licensed firm where they went in and mapped everything out. It can be shown to you if you enjoy it or if the trustees want to see it. But to let that building go other than what it should be used for, then, I think it'll be a big mistake. I think the residents of Dolton deserve the south side, along with the west side and east side of Dolton, deserves that location as far as police officers. We would have had it up by now, but again, this is what we're going through as far as trying to get it done. That information that was given said that it wasn't able to become a police station. Yes, you have companies that do come out and transform buildings into police stations that have been used for something else.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And then as it relates to the signage, what we did in the past is we put blockage up so people couldn't enter the lot, so people weren't confused about is the police station open, is it closed, and then also the light, we did cut it off. Someone did turn it back on. So those are things that we did do.
Cutting the
People
lights
was
on.
thinking that it was the actual police station, just to clear up some of the noise. People just throw things out, and no one tells you. 1 second.
You gonna say somebody cut the
And no one
lights on.
tells you what's going on in the
That's
community.
not okay,
So I
man.
like to try to give you fact versus fiction, because half the time people just give you fake stories and never give you truth to it, so that now you have something to go with. So that's what we're here to do today. All right,
Mayor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, since I put it on the agenda, and I would love for the deputy chief with all these analysis that y'all did. If it's been 3 years, why is it not a police station? How much will it cost to turn it over to a police station? Then you stated that you wanted it to be a community center for a pool. You sat here several times and said it'll be free pool for the community. It's not making no money. Y'all done spent all the money and we have to sell it, whether it's in a TIP district or not, just so it can go back on the tax roll is what we need. Right now, as Trustee Norwood said, And speaking to the accounting department, we are in a financial disaster. Right now, on the agenda that she has, we are transferring money from the tip money just to make out for bills that need to be paid. So when we go back, what's facts, what's fiction, I ain't never known a person that always got all the facts and everybody else is wrong. But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic. Realistic is there's no more money. Anything we can sell, we need to sell it. If you want to get outside, we'll sell you too.
Oh shit!
Right now, right now, you don't tell me what.
Oh, you see that? She said if you got to, we'll sell you too. They'll put Tiffany on the selling block. Have her out there selling that thing. Listen, she ain't have to say that. That was a little disrespectful. But it is what it is. These people mad. If you messed up the money and you don't want to let people know the facts, what you expect them to do? Everybody on this board was elected by the people. Their job is not to be the mayor's friend. They're not supposed to coddle up with Tiffany and none of that. Their job is to fight for the thousands of people who voted for them to keep them in office to represent their best interests, not their own interests and not the mayor's interests.
What's out of order and what's not in order. We're not doing that today. You are out of order. So right now, anything that we have asset on and that we can touch that's owned by the village needs to be sold.
All right. So with the go ahead. Go ahead.
Trustee, I'm just gonna say this. You came over to the police department to find out facts.
No,
Well,
go ahead.
If I may, without going back and forth. I apologize if you think I am. However, you came to find out facts. Right after that, you put something out saying, and it was told to my commander that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Now, if you made the statement, then
I did, because I asked you how much was in there, and I talked to the account.
Hold on, let them finish.
Yeah. Also, you probably talked to the account trustee, but the accountant didn't give you what was in that account. And the reason why is because that's money that nobody can touch, just the police department for police incidents. What I'm saying is, trustee, I get it, I understand it about everything that's going on, but right now, strategically, like I said, that would be a perfect location. If you guys are going to talk about it, great. Talk about it instead of shutting it down right now. But we need another police station in another location in Dolton, so that way the citizens can be serviced. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you for your comment.
Okay, so yes, it could be a community center and a police department. So our plan for that building was to allow residents to utilize the pool for free and then have a police station on the other side. The plans that they drew up as it relates to the company that came out and showed us what it can possibly be was it divided a line between police station and the pool. That way community can still have it as a community center to allow kids to learn how to swim. That was the whole plan for it, still is the plan for the building, regardless of people saying something needs to be sold. We have to learn how to come together and figure a way how to keep things like that in our community. I know that Mayor Shaw built that for his daughter. So when he built that building, it was in a community forever. So when we try to get away different things, we should kind of take a step back and say, hey, we probably can make haste with this and make sure that it works for our kids, because our kids is everything. But yet we have to give them the opportunity to be able to learn how to swim, be able to learn how to do different things that they go to another community to do. Because just like other people, all our kids go in another community, give them our tax dollars, and then basically they are winning and we're not. But yet we sell everything to somebody else. Then we get upset with what somebody brings to our community and build. We have to start investing in self as relates to our village first. Self. We have to do that, guys. And all I'm trying to do is just show you guys a different way instead of just saying, hey, I just want to get rid of it.
They want you to stop investing in yourself is what they're saying.
It's another way to do everything. But we have to put our heads together and come up with the best way for the community. All right, I'm done with it.
Next, excuse me, since we are still in discussion, Could you all get us the numbers? I know you all keep saying what the people told you all regarding the build out. No one discussed that with us, right? So if you could give us the information in regards to the amount, the cost for the pool and the entire total, because I keep saying pieces and pieces. A deposit for 50,000 for the pool, then it's 34,000 on there. Can you come up with a total number for the pool, and then an entire number for the amount of reconstruction to transform the fitness center into a police station? Because when I was a member there just a few years ago, I can't picture how we would knock all of those lockers down on that side and we do all that. So if you could just give us an amount, I think that would help with our discussion and making a decision.
We don't have a problem with giving you an amount, but this is why sometimes people have to follow the leader. Because sometimes the leader is the visionary. It is what it is. It is what it is. The leader is the visionary. Sometimes people can't see down the tunnel. So sometimes this is why people follow people. So I'm just throwing that out there because everybody got an opinion. You just said, I can't see.
Thank you.
Follow the leader. Did she really go there? I tried to hear her out, but like, first of all, you're not the leader of the board. That's number one. The president of the board could be considered the leader of the board. The board members are the leaders of their wards that elected them. They're an independent body. The mayor don't lead them, just like they don't lead the mayor. What she asked for is reasonable. If you want us to vote on stuff, then give us what the numbers are. What do you need the money for? How much time is it going to take? Don't expect us to just vote on it just because you say it. And then you talking about follow the leader. Look what you done led these people into. Now, if this is how you've been operating Tiffany, Tahoe, Teflon, whoever, that ain't going to fly. That ain't going to fly, baby.
You may have to
Look. All right. So all I do is just try to tell you what the vision would possibly
She laughing because she know that was some bullshit.
be. And then as it relates to the pool, we put the pool on there every single board meeting, guys. If you go back and watch the tapes, on every single board meeting, it tells you the amount of the pool. And you guys take it out and never pay to fix the pool. The pool would have been up and running by now. It's been hot as ever outside, and the kids would have loved to just cool off and have something to do. And then also learn how to swim. I don't know why I keep telling y'all that. You know, the number one thing that we don't know how to do is swim. So what we have to do is teach our kids how to swim. And I mean that. Right. So I just want people. Okay, guys, this is between us. Y'all have to come down. You're here to listen to what we have to say. Oh, I know how to swim, know that. So that's why I keep pushing it, because my parents put me in swimming lessons. So I want our kids to have the same things that I had growing up in this community. Because for those that don't know, it was the in-ground swimming pool here in the Village of Dolton. For those that don't know the history, learn the history, and you understand why I keep fighting for certain things, which is a pool for the kids. But everybody don't got the same dreams as I have as it relates to the vision for the Village of Dolton. So moving on, because we got several other things to go on. Is that it? Did anybody want to make a motion, or it was just for discussion?
It was for discussion, but if we can make a motion to move this to the committee of the whole meeting and actually have a committee of the whole meeting so we can go into the further discussion.
Okay. And did you want to bundle up the second one with that, or what?
Yes, I can bundle up E.
All right. So that's a motion. Is that second?
D and E.
Second.
The motion is second. Colorado.
Are we bundling D and E before we take a motion?
D and E.
Okay. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved to bundle items D and E.
All right. Next on the agenda is discussion and approval of sale of unapproved purchases.
Okay. So once again, after speaking with the accounting person and going over the financial status of the village, in 2021, October of 2021, we, the board, approved a fleet for cars through Enterprise. We learned of other vehicles, 3 Tahoes, and I believe a Ford Expedition through First Governmental Leasing. I am suggesting for discussion, because right now, looking at the warrant list and the leases. We spend roughly, it started in 2022, December 2022, all of 2023, and we're in the middle of 2024. We've spent almost 250 some odd $1,000 on these vehicles. If we keep the lease for the 5 years, which is 60 months, we will be spending $718,000.
Wow.
That's with the cost of and interest. We cannot afford that. So I'm asking that we look into the legal ramification of returning the vehicles because most of them were signed without proper authority anyway. So my discussion is to place this for committee of the whole to move forward and looking to see how we can return those 3 Chevy Tahoes and 1 Expedition.
We can definitely discuss it because I don't have any information as it relates to what you're stating. Because you know you throw a lot of things up here that don't be true.
It's simple.
So wait a
counting,
minute,
baby.
hold
All
on.
you have to do
Hold
is
on.
multiply.
That's your problem. You like to talk when others talk. Let me get it out. I was quiet while you said everything you wanted to say. Now let me get mad at you. You say things up here that's not true all the time, trustee, and that's not fair to the department heads, the residents, or myself. So I would like to get clarity of it, and this is why I told Trustee House that you guys should put a synopsis together and you guys should tell us what it is that you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, everyone's prepared, everyone has documentation, and everyone can answer the questions for you. But you guys come to a meeting, you just throw something up here, and then you just think people should know the answer, and they don't even have whatever you're talking about.
Let me stop right here. So that is a thing too. You know, these people here on the board and the mayor's administration, they have more information than the general public does. And that is a strategy that some elected officials use. They'll throw stuff out there to kind of confuse the public or make them think something is not quite true to make another board member or the mayor, somebody on the mayor's administration look crazy. And you never really know what the motive may be. The motive may be that they're planning to run against that person in the next coming election. They want to get that person fired or whatever. They're using political leverage against them. So that's why this stuff gets tricky. And that's why I always say, what Tiffany Henyard has done may not be as bad as it seems, or it may be worse, or it may be as bad. We really don't know, because just as much as we know that has come out, there is, I can guarantee, quite a bit that we just don't know and don't understand, because they do have closed meetings that are not open to the public. There is information that floats around these people's offices. So keep that in mind. Or Mayor Henyard could just be bullshit.
About in front of you. We talked about this at the last board meeting. So I'm asking the same thing once again, because other than that, it's just going to be a back and forth. We put on a show, all the cameras in the back, and nothing gets accomplished. So I'm asking you guys that if it's something you're looking for, because I don't have this, and I don't even know what you're talking about, to even respond to you, to say, hey, this is the lease, this is what happened with the lease. I couldn't respond because I don't have that in my possession. So I'm fine with putting it on the next meeting to discuss it further once we get more clarity to what it is you're looking for.
Okay, thank you so much. I just would like to say for clarity, since you said that I give a lot of false information, it's simple math. I know how much $149,000 times times 5, it's simple math. So that's fine. I'm fine. I just want to make sure that we do approve it to go to discussion, because those are things that we need to move forward and return.
Right. And just for everybody, crystal clear, y'all know we have a ton of vehicles as it relates to police department, fire department. Y'all know that. So it amazes me how you come and y'all do clickbait and point out some things and say, hey, I want to return this, I want to return that. And there's several different things that didn't happen in this village. But that's why I said you have to get clarity before y'all put something on the agenda, so that we're not going back and forth just to kick the can down the road to say, hey, we're going to talk about this at another meeting. So what was the point of putting it on here? We still got to talk about it later. We still didn't discuss anything because there was nothing given. All I'm saying to you guys is I don't like to waste time. We come to a meeting and we waste time. Nothing get accomplished because it's just something on the agenda and you still didn't get your answer, and we still just went back and forth for nothing. That is my point. Synopsis, please. Thank you. Moving forward. Okay. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Has been motion second, Colorado.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion of current fines.
So, I add this on the agenda and, I guess we'll make a motion so that we can, add this to, transfer this to the committee of the whole also. The discussion is the fines. So we have an ordinance number 23-009, where on August the 7th, 2023, you proposed that we raise some of the fines in the village. And one of them was the grass fee. So I remember it was clear as yesterday. You told us that there were a lot of abandoned properties in the village and that the banks weren't doing the maintenance on it. And then Trustee Stan Brown, he seconded that it was becoming a problem, so that we should do something like increase the fine so that we could make or so that the banks can have more of an incentive to make sure that the grass is cut. And I was totally for that in terms of the banks. But what we weren't told is that the $500 fee is for everyone. So I have landlords that's calling me stating that their tenants are being presented with $500 fines. So for lack of grass cutting. And that wasn't what I personally agreed to. I thought that the plan was to ticket to go up in fees for the banks only. So now that we have tenants or landlords calling, I'd like to take this to the committee of the whole so that we can have discussion, so that we can make some changes and discuss it with the residents in regards to who these fines, let's specify the difference between the banks and the landlords and the homeowners in regards to the fines.
Okay, well, I pray that we're not doing that. I pray that it's definitely going to the bank. So we will look into that, and this goes back to what I was just saying. We put stuff on the agenda. We can't give you answers currently because no one knows what you're looking for. You just put village fines. That could be anything from a ticket to garage address missing it, but no one was specific in what it is that they're looking for. So we just need you guys to let the department heads know what you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, we're better equipped and we ain't got to kick the can down the road again to have another meeting that we should have got resolved today if people would have told us what they're looking for. So I'm definitely fine with going over this and clearing it up. But also you guys have to take responsibility for not paying vendors their money for the high grass. The high grass is scattered through our community. Y'all know we have over 400 vacancies, and y'all know that Public Works cannot cut all the vacant properties. And you guys have to work better at coming up with a plan, because right now we don't have it as it relates to from you. You guys come here, you dictate and tell us what you guys want us to do, but there's no plan in place from the board that wants to tell us how to run the day-to-day, which I keep telling y'all, y'all legislate, y'all do not govern the day-to-day operation. But I just wish you guys would pay people their money so that they can come out and cut the high grass.
Thank you, Mayor, for that. So it's just, and this is just for the record at this point, this is for the residents. I find it interesting that she continues to act as if she does not know what we're referring to. When we talked about the leases, I wasn't going to say anything, but you signed them. So if you signed the leases, how are you unaware of the leases in which we are referring to? It's the smoke and the mirrors. I sit here and I said, you know what, Lord, I was going to let it go. But you were the one who brought it to us to increase the fines. So if we had a cow meeting, and this is for the residents, right? Because she keeps saying, oh, the trustees this, the trustees that. Let's, just so you all know, there's a thing called checks and balances. That's why we're all up here, right?
Right.
So we really shouldn't even have to go back and forth with who knows what. The goal is for you to run it past the board, which is us here, to tell us what you're doing, and then us approve it. What you've been doing is you do everything on your own, and then when we revert it back and say, hey, no, you weren't supposed to do that, you sit here and say, oh, I don't know what you all are referring to. I mean, I have to get back to you on that. Let's stop doing that. Let's have the meeting, Again, I would like to
She's
set it
absolutely
forth so
right.
that we
She's
can have
100% right.
town meetings. Let's go back to having 2 meetings per month like we're supposed to in our ordinance, and that'll prevent a lot of this you acting as if you don't know. Because if we all have this conversation with the residents, they'll know, we'll know, and you'll know. This is a team effort. It's Team Dolton, not a one-man band. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so what I truly believe, trustees,
I know.
is that you in particular want to decrease the fines because you got tickets on your house for the high grades. Your bushes won't cut, your grass won't service, right? So you remind me of Trustee Valerie Stubbs that put in an ordinance, because she didn't want to pay fines on her rental properties. It's the same thing. You guys only pick and choose things that's beneficial to you guys that affect you. But you were talking about this a month ago. You were talking, please, you're gonna be removed. You're gonna be removed. You cannot just talk. You will be removed. And again, Valerie Stubbs, ex-trustee right there, her. She do things for self. So back to what I'm saying. You have to do better. You have to do better than what you're doing. Okay, you out of order. You need to remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Y'all cannot be that out of order. Like, come on now. Come on.
But see, when you calling people out like that, how you expect them to act when you just put them on blast like that? See, the people don't know if that's true or not. And you just defamed her character. You just threw it out there. And, she's going to blast back. I'm not, people defame people's character all the time. Stuff happens, but they're going to react a different way when they can't respond back because it comes off like a one-sided thing. And in the position you have, it looks like it's the truth when it may or may not be true. It was convenient when you said it, but we don't know if that's true or not.
Come on. Even if you don't like somebody, you can't be that out of order. You have to remove her. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Because you just too out of order. Please leave. You out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. You out of order. Okay, goodbye. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit.
Can we continue the meeting? Why is this even an issue?
It's an issue because you just called that woman out. You just put her on blast.
Come on. I don't know why y'all do that this here in Dolton. Any other village meeting, they remove people out. They go. You cannot be that disrespectful. You cannot. We will not take disrespect. Come on. Come on.
Okay, if she does not exit, then the meeting will
guys.
If you do not exit, then the meeting will be
You got nothing to do with you. The meeting ain't about to be over, so you cannot shut down the meeting. Ma'am.
She's right. He can't shut the meeting down. He ain't got the power for that.
Trustee, stop. Stop.
You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did that. We can continue with the meeting.
All right, Valerie Stubbs, you can go.
We can continue with the
No, because y'all disrespect. Y'all think it's okay to continue. Did I call anybody? What she just call? What she just say? What she just say?
You called her out of order.
That was out of order.
You called her name. That was out of order.
I didn't call her out her name. I did not.
You shouldn't have called her name at all.
Miss Stubbs.
You should have said her name.
It's time to go. It's time to keep going on with the meeting. It's time to exit.
The meeting will be shut down.
The meeting is not
We
going to be
can
shut
order,
down.
then people will be able to come back in.
All she has to do is
If she does not leave,
they keep
the meeting will not continue.
all she got to do is exit.
Be on the chopping block, He does not have the authority to shut down the meeting. Why?
Okay, goodbye. You can exit. Y'all some shit. Who's doing it? Set call, man. This is crazy.
Yep.
All right, so I guess I mean they stalling the meeting. She mad because she didn't call the lady out by saying they making up stuff and they changed the rules. Everybody don't play the rules. Mayor Tiffany Henyard said to one of the trustees first, well, you know, you just saying that because you got tickets for your high grass and all that. She didn't have to call out like that. There is a such thing as automatic courtesy, a councilman courtesy, a trustee courtesy. And if you're gonna call somebody out like that, don't be mad when they call you back out. You know, when you're gonna air dirty laundry, people may air yours too. So you just gotta be prepared. But what she did was she mentioned a former trustee who had a lot of fines on her rental properties and said that that's why she tried to put in an ordinance to protect her own interests. And the lady apparently was in the audience, and now the lady's acting a fool about it. I mean, I get it; it's disruptive to the meeting, but what you call that lady out for? You shouldn't have did that. You know what you gonna get. Don't swing and slap somebody and don't get mad when they slap you back. You can't do that. And so again, you don't know what the political motivation behind that is. This lady could be somebody who's announced or secretly announced that she's going to run against Mayor Henyard in the upcoming election or whatever. So Mayor Henyard wants to defame this lady's name and her record. Like, you know, politics, that's how politics gets started, even on the local level.
I've been outside this whole time.
I've been in that position before where, you know, somebody said something that was untrue. When I was sitting at the dais, and the dais is the benches that they're sitting at. And, you know, you got to defend yourself. Now, that's a respectful way and a disrespectful way to do it, but you got to defend yourself in some cases because otherwise they'll let that stuff sit out there like it's true. So I don't blame the lady for being mad. And Mayor Henyard was wrong. He had to say all that.
No. Yeah.
Residents, can you guys please be quiet because we got a real business to tend to in this meeting tonight. Please.
Okay. Chief Lacey.
She gone. Can we move forward? She gone.
Okay. Chief Lacey.
What's next on the agenda?
Right, exactly.
Okay, clerk. Clerk. So we left off at
We on discussion still.
the fine.
We on discussion
Okay.
still.
No,
This young lady has to get up.
No, I'm still in discussion.
Oh, we motioned to call her already?
No, we still discussing on the
Yeah.
on the file.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I
So
want
he
to speak
said,
on that.
so I just made clarity. She said that you,
I'm not
motioned
finished with the, no.
I know, let me just get it out. What she said, you said nobody
Nobody
motion.
said motion.
No, we're still discussing.
Okay, I know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I want to touch bases on that.
Hold on 1 second, Trustee Brown, before you finish. I was in the midst of referring to something. She and I were kind of having before
Yes,
we
ma'am.
interrupted.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we get this meeting because we behind.
Go ahead.
We lost out from the last meeting. We still
Trustee, unfortunately, until this young lady gets up, the meeting can't.
Who?
We-
Somebody.
I don't know.
All right, didn't the young lady just leave?
No, there's a second young lady that needs to leave.
Now y'all going out of control. This
Okay, so while they're doing that, you want to let's continue with the meeting. You want to what? What they?
Ladies and gentlemen, could we please come to a happy medium so we can we have about 10 more items.
right. Tell them to come back here.
Please.
Yeah, please tell them to leave. Right. The fact that these two keep inciting stuff. Is crazy.
Well, the reality is they don't have to stop the meeting.
That's
They can
exactly
keep
what
going.
they
They're doing inciting stuff.
Jason,
Crazy.
sit down. We need to continue on. Mayor, can you please order them to?
No, if y'all want to go over y'all stuff, y'all keep. We could keep going. Why
Let's keep going. Okay, well, let's keep going. It's just a matter of they kind of loud. But we can keep going. They're loud.
No, but what you got?
Okay. Because it's kind of.
Okay, if we don't got no, we're going to
No, we not. We're going to wait until it's quiet because you can call the chief back or something.
So do you want to sit here or you want to move on?
We're going to wait until.
It's not.
We're not having everyone's attention.
So we're going to sit here until they.
We just want to sit here because.
Trustee, all it takes is this young lady to get up and leave. That's all it takes.
Okay,
and then we
so
can
here we go.
continue.
Sit here.
What was the?
I don't know.
But is she quiet now?
Yeah, she is. And the mayor needs to tell him to bring his ass back here so we can.
It's all come from her saying this lady name. Could have just not said her name.
Yeah, she could have just not said her name. That's where it came from.
This
Like
is
the
ridiculous.
trustee said, Mayor, bring your ass back on up there.
We definitely not stopping this meeting.
Now they can move forward with their meeting and then let the residents deal with the residents. If that one lady's going to disrupt, they don't have to stop this whole body just because of that. But the lady should not have called her out, though. The mayor should not have called her out. And knowing.
Okay, it seems as though the young lady has calmed down and everything seemed to be in check. Yes.
Okay. Right.
So please, can we resume?
That's what I was thinking. Why all the police? Come on.
Trustee Norwood, can we skip to M?
Hold on 1 second. So let me finish real quick. Trustee Belcher, we might as well sit until we have everybody's attention because. Okay, she's gone. Okay.
They ain't getting paid. Don't worry about it, man. They ain't getting paid.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So, as I was saying, we were talking about the fees and the fines, and I know that you were making a comment, and I just think that it's funny how you find the need to deflect, because if my grass was as tall as the Sears Tower, it still wouldn't compensate for the amount of money that you're wasting on taxpayers' dollars. So it still would not add up to the millions of dollars that you're spending on first-class flights, the millions of dollars that you're spending on parties, the $1 million you're spending on renting cars that you don't remember renting. So, with that being said, let's move this to the committee of the whole, and hopefully we can talk about this with the residents so that we could discuss fines so that this administration won't keep increasing your fines because she just won't stop spending and she won't prioritize the spending. So she'll just continue to spend the money and then increase the fines to make you guys pay for it. So in order to stop that, we'll have a discussion as a family with the residents. And thank you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Guys. So we're gonna move forward.
Are you guys voting on this?
They want to send it to committee.
Oh, it's just going to committee of the whole. Thank you.
So we're gonna move forward, and for the record, people that say things about me, I want you to prove it, because like I said, fact versus fiction. Y'all say parties, and I do nothing but unity and gatherings here in the community. When they do it, they say the party. They do the same thing I do, right? But when I do it, y'all claim it's a party. I'll say first class flights. Please show me here in the Village of Dolton where I did a first class flight. I want you to show me that receipt, please, and thank you. So, for the record, I
You
just
will
want
say you
people to
don't
say
remember
they
that
mix
either.
up the two body of governments that I'm over. They mix them up. We talking about Dolton.
You
We
mix
talking
them
about,
up too.
hold on, we're not talking to you. When it comes to the Village of Dolton, please show me the stuff that y'all put up at the meeting for clickbait and got no truth to what you're saying, no facts to what you're saying, but y'all say it and throw it in the air. That's not right. And that's why I tell you, residents, stay woke, because they will sit here and sing you off and just say anything, as most other trustees do. They just talk with no facts.
You didn't
All right,
investigate
moving on.
what you defending yourself.
Colorado.
Keep it rolling.
Okay, that's a discussion on the fine.
Right, she just said she want to move it to committee of the whole.
Okay.
So Colorado move to committee of the whole.
Did you motion? Did anyone? No one
She
motioned or
did.
second.
Yeah, she did. It was motion.
Did you motion?
I'll
Did you move second? You did. Thank you. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee
Lord.
Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next is discussion of animal control program and use of animal control vehicles.
Yeah, so I added this to the agenda because this is another item that I would like to go to the committee of the whole. A senior called me a few weeks ago asking, stating that she had a pit bull in her backyard. And I did call you, you didn't answer. But I was calling to see if we had animal control. I know that one board meeting, you presented it to us, and we voted to pay about $50,000 for an animal control car. And once upon a time, I used to see people driving the animal control car, and we used to have animal control at one point, and then it vanished. But nothing was ever told to the board regarding what's exactly going on with the vehicle and the services. So I would like to have this discussion with the community so that we can get some answers and figure out if we have animal control, and if not, what we have to do to start it back up.
So you know we do have animal control. You know that if you call, we will come and we will remove the animal. Prime example, you had an animal on your block that was loose. It was a pit. You went on Facebook or some social media, hey guys, it's a pit loose. Watch yourself instead of calling the Village of Dolton. The resident then called us, the Village of Dolton, like they should have, like you should have, and we showed up and showed out and removed the pit bull. And guess what we found? A abandoned house that had a prostitution ring, 3 vacant cars. I forget what the cars were. Hellcats. What was that?
Stolen.
Stolen.
The high performance cars are stolen.
Three of them at the next door to where Trustee Norwood lives. So all these things do happen, but when you guys call us, we do show up.
Hellcats, pit bulls, and prostitutes. Oh my! Next to Trustee Norwood house. You see how she just tried to do that? That's what they be doing, man. That was fine.
But and we do our job, but people get up here, like I said, things clickbait. Everything's about campaigning. We do show up and we remove the animals. Just the other day, we had 2 big dogs loose off of MLK, was it? And they showed up and took care of that as well, and cited the owner because it was 2. What you call it?
Bullmasters.
2 of them. Big. So we handle it all the time. Just because y'all don't see it, because y'all never around, don't mean that we're not taking care of the business of the community. We always boots on the ground all the time. So we wouldn't have all these things to announce to the public if we weren't out here doing our job. Like y'all saying that we don't do anything with the truck or we don't pick up the animals. We do all the time. So I just want to clear that up for all those little lies that's just out there about the animal control.
Madam Mayor, may I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trustee Norwood, the reason the truck is still out there, however, what we're doing right now, what I'm doing right now is working with Cook County to train our people on handling those dogs. We do have some that are trained on it, but not as many as we need. So that's what's going on right now. They're being trained by Cook County.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, so I got 2 questions. First off, when was the last time the vehicle was used?
The vehicle was used probably about maybe a week ago. I know,
Okay. Somebody in the audience call the police department and see if they got animal control.
Girl, why don't you tell them to call the
Because,
police department?
because let me explain why I said that, Mayor, because I'm talking and I got the floor right now. Last week, there was some animals out. They called the police department and the police department said, we don't have animal control anymore. So I don't understand why these people lie so much when it is 21,000 people in Dolton. And mysteriously a week ago it was used, but the other day he wanted to transfer it to a transport car, whatever it is. And I just don't understand it. If it's not a working and functioning department, say it's not a working and functioning department. But why y'all lying? Y'all sitting here lying to these people. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense that she sits here and lie like that. I just can't stand it. I let her talk now. So she lies so much. But she want to say somebody else lying.
Girl, you said that last time you got to live at your mama house and you got $300,000. Who the biggest life?
We got proof to show that we picking up dogs. So
Okay.
Stop it, Trustee. Please stop.
Talking about somebody lying.
You always lying.
Okay, and you lying about you live in Dolton when you know you don't.
You don't live in Dolton. Get it
Girl,
right.
God.
Get it.
Who lives in Dolton then? Like, wait a minute, who lying? I think both of them lying at this point. Who lives in Dolton? You don't live in Dalton?
Right.
Trustee Norwood.
Okay, so and why I asked, I mean, you know, it does get frustrating when you all sit here and tell these stories, and I guess that's the frustrating part. And I put this on the agenda because, of course, common sense. Before I would call this lady, I would call the animal control, right? So I did, and that's when I was informed that we no longer have animal control. Then I did a little digging, and I seen an article that stated that the administration didn't properly go about things the right way with the animals, and someone was doing something with the animals, and the state cut us off from having animal control. So none of this information was shared with anyone from the board. So that's why I asked. And I was thinking that in the event that the state has us barred from doing animal control for a while, I wanted to know, because I was just thinking we paid $50,000 for the truck. So I just wanted to know what was the next plan for the truck in the event that we were no longer allowed to do animal control.
That's a fair question.
I'll vote to motion this, to take it to the CAL meeting, and I'll bring all the evidence that I have at the meeting, and then we'll discuss it. But last time I called several times. The senior who called me, she called animal control several times, and they stated that we don't have it in the Village of Dolton. So that's why I put it on the agenda.
All right, moving on. Call her up, please.
Who second, please? I didn't hear a second.
Jason did.
Thank you, Jason. Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion and approval of resolution. The Village of Dolton approving the reimbursement of administrative expenses from the TIF District Number 2. Is there a motion?
Mayor, if I may, I would like to bundle I through M. I will read a description of each one of them, so that way we know what we're talking about, and then the discussion, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of
All right. So is that a motion? To
Uh,
bundle?
yeah, my motion is to bundle I, J, K, L, and M.
Oh, and F.
And M like Mary.
Okay.
Hi, Mary.
But you want to do M. M, you can't
I
bundle
through
because
M.
that's closed session. That's going to close session.
Okay, I through L.
You mean?
I'll do I through L, yes.
All right. Is that second?
Second.
Is there motion second? Call her up.
But I'm not sure if anybody had discussion, Mayor.
We got to
I
call
did.
her. This is a bundle.
Oh,
This is a bundle and
Thank you.
approval second.
Thank you.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Is there a motion to approve I through L?
So I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes.
All right, because then I want to get a floor to Pete after that. Whoever's going first.
Okay. So which is that we are transferring administrative expenses from the TIF district to the general fund. When I just stated in previous conversations, we are at a point where we're transferring money from a restricted account to the general fund to make payments, to pay retro pay, things that in a functioning budget was already allocated for. What is more concerning, and I'm going to say this because I've said it at other meetings, is that this money that we are transferring, which adds up to a little bit over $1 million, they're stating are from administrative fees that have not been collected since 2005. My question, and I don't know because this is my first term, that if we have a CPA that we pay $45,000 or $60,000 per month, when did y'all just realize that y'all haven't been collecting these fees? Then it seems more strange that we're at the point that we have absolutely no money, that all of a sudden we haven't been collecting administrative fees. Let's go back to 2005. Oh my God, 36,000, 79,000, which totals the retro pay that we need to pay for the sergeants, lieutenants, and sergeants, the public works balance that we need to pay. All of this was included in a budget that we approved when they said retro was included. And then we have insurance that needs to be paid. So when we had all these 3 years of meeting, I bring back the bag. I bring back the grants. Ask the accountant, has any grants been deposited? Absolutely not. Why haven't any grants been deposited? Let me rephrase this because I don't want nobody to say I'm lying. Grants that require audits, $6.8 million that we have not received, but we have spent $6.7 million, spending the money before we get it. Now we're forced to sit here and take money out of an account that we really shouldn't be taking money out of because we at that rainy day part where we're barely gonna see if we can make payroll through the end of September. So while everybody's sitting up here talking about we've been lying, they lying, I ain't took no first class flight. It's a warrant list to have, we didn't pay for the township conference. Why the hell is we paying for the township conference? That's because they swipe their card so much they be forgetting are they working for the township or are they working for the Village of Dolton? Nevertheless, I'm voting because I know that it needs to be paid. My personal thought is they wouldn't get shit.
Really?
But I have to do what's right for the community. And I have to do what's right for the people that go out and serve us every day. So yes, I am going to vote for it, but I want everybody to know that the mismanagement of this administration is beyond absurd. I mean, beyond absurd. If anybody ran their house the way this village is being ran, y'all need to lock them up.
All right, next.
We still in
Pete.
discussion.
Okay, hold on. I want to go to Pete first, Chief Pete, about the contract, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Again, before you today is the renewal for Bud's ambulance. The contract is a 3-year contract. It's pretty self-explanatory where the monthly payment is in the same ballpark where it currently is now. However, in there, they have some built-in surcharge fees in the event that fuel prices continue to fluctuate. So approximately $11,000 and some change per month, and it's a 3-year contract, and we're seeking the approval from the mayor and the board tonight to move forward with the contract. Any questions?
Okay, thank you. The other one on here that I want to discuss is about you guys wanting to give special counsel authority to review the insurance coverage? Anybody want to answer that? Why is that?
Do we have an attorney?
We
Do the Village of Dolton have an attorney?
Yes, we do have an attorney.
And who is that?
You already know who that is. So I'm
No, please tell me, because they're not here. Who is it?
I'm not going to do the Q&A. So at the end of the day, you guys know that y'all are surpassing your authority. My authority is the one that appoints the attorneys. Y'all know this. So why we get up here and do the same dance and fight? Why? We do the same thing. That's not y'all authority. You overstepping your authority. My authority is the mayor. I appoint counsel. Y'all know this. Y'all know y'all cannot give your attorney cases. You know that. Especially that's the one he messed up. Like, come on, make it make sense. But yet y'all doing the same thing. Why? Nobody want to answer that, huh? I keep telling you, brother, it's a money grab. Like, stop.
She already know
We're not
what.
doing
So
that.
we're talking about the seats
I'm talking
versus
about-
Village of Dolton and appointing a special counsel.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I said, why
This
do you guys-
this a case. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say that.
Go ahead.
This case is too critical and a lot of it's been stalled. We haven't really gotten to the closure that we seek. There's been some offers made and still been kind of ongoing. So we want to make sure that there's a resolution to the case, and this is an effort to move it forward.
And that's through the village attorney. You know that, I know that. When the previous mayor was here, what did he do? Appoint counsel. So what makes y'all think it's any different now? Any mayor that sits in the seat appoints counsel. It is not the body, which is you guys. You guys legislate. That's it. You don't appoint. You don't make appointments. You don't have no appointment powers. You don't have nothing to do with my appointments. You can't fire them. You can't keep them. Nothing. You got nothing to do with any of those things. You don't. You don't. And that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all have to learn.
That's not necessarily true, and I'm not familiar with all of their ordinances, but usually when the mayor wants to appoint somebody, the board has to vote on them and approve them. And I haven't personally seen where the board has voted down somebody and then the mayor has went on ahead and appointed them anyway, and it worked quite right. Because you got two sides to it. You got, is it legal and is it going to work? Because you don't, it's just because you put them in there and the board's going to fight you, that's not really going to help you. Because you're going to have stalls like this at the time, and then you're going to have administration where nothing really gets done. So she's talking about what the power is, but she's skipping over protocol. And protocol is simple. If you want something for the city, you put it on the agenda. You bring it in front of the board. You say what it is. We'll give it the who, what, when, where, why, and how. The board discusses it. The board votes on it. And then the mayor has free reign to do whatever she wants to do based on what the board said in that meeting. That's how it normally goes for everything.
What it is you do and learn what it is I do. But you guys do not appoint anybody to any case. So again, here you go with this. And y'all already know I'm not going to sign off on it. So putting on a show right in front of the people once again don't make no sense. We are not doing that. So, all right, what else? Anything else? Any more discussion? All right, call her up.
I have a quick discussion on this.
Go ahead.
I just heard you say that you appoint people and no one can fire them. I can appoint a deputy clerk and you illegally fired her. So I don't understand what applies to you should apply to me.
Because what you don't understand is I am the head of the village. You are not.
Doesn't matter.
You are the clerk.
I don't report
You
to
just
you,
asked
Mayor.
me. You just
I
asked me,
don't
and I'm
report to
giving
you.
you the answer. So at the end of the day, you already know that that's in court. So to go back and forth with you while in court doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you the fact so that you will understand the how and why it happens and how it works. But nobody wants to do it. Everybody wants to sit here and be over someone else's position. I ran to lead, not follow. Especially people that ain't got no vision. I don't do that. I ran to lead, and you guys keep wanting to tell me what to do. We're not doing that. So
And again,
we are
the
today.
ordinance states, so let's talk about ordinance.
We don't get to that, but we don't get to that once
you
we
don't
get
follow,
in
which
personnel.
states that the clerk has the authority to appoint a deputy clerk.
We don't get into that in personnel matters.
See, you see this? Now, see, here's where Mayor Tiffany Henyard's problem lies. She wants it one way. It doesn't work that way. you have two different sides of leadership. You have what the rules say and how to get the people to move with you. She wants people to follow her, but you have to be followable. I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to roll with it right now because it sounds really good. Y'all know it did. But the thing is, she's got to start paying attention to what other people are saying. She can't start doing stuff and not following rules and then expect everybody else to follow them. It just doesn't work that way. And then when you bring it to them the way she's bringing it to them, it's disrespectful. She better stop playing.
So, yeah,
Let's
but I'm
finish
just
I,
saying,
let's
let's
finish
follow the
I through
ordinances.
L. I through L.
Thank you.
Any more discussion for I through L? All right,
Yeah,
call
I
the roll.
do. I have a discussion for after will. So my discussion is on the transfer. And this is just important for Dalton residents because I know that for the last few years, you all have seen us fighting for transparency. We've been fighting for the access to the credit card bill. We've been fighting for access to my viewpoint. The reason why they will not give us the access is because this is what they've been doing, spending all the money, and now they've done so to the point where now they need us. They have to tell us because they need us to do this transfer. So even though we're against it, because we know that if the money was being spent right and if they were following the budget prevents this from happening. So just so the residents know, we don't want to sit here and fight every need. It really is unfair to you all, but this is important. The taxpayers' money is what we're here to do. We're here to make sure that every dime that's coming in and every dime that's going out is accounted for. So I just want you all to understand that you sometimes may see us get a little frustrated, but we're getting frustrated because this job should be much more simple. We are put in place and you all elected us to do just this. And if you didn't have us here, this thing would be way worse because we'd probably be transferring 2 or 3 million instead of the 1. So I just want to say that we don't want to bicker and argue in front of you all, and we are trying to save the community, but this spending and this mismanaging is just out of control. And that's why you see us trying to have a liquidation sale and sell everything because they spent it all. Thank
Not
you.
a liquidation
I can't
sale.
wait till the truth come out. I swear I can't. But anywho,
So what's on sale then? Damn, I mean the liquidation sale. Are they selling the Tahoes? Or are they selling the Tahoes? Like, let us know what y'all selling.
so,
Mayor,
okay,
I got one point of clarity.
Quiet, please.
Okay.
Quiet.
No, just one point for clarity. The attorney is not Olson, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath. That's being recommended as somebody that was advised to us for a special type of defense that we need, without putting all of the information out there because it will be in court. I just wanted to make sure we clarify this is not legislative counsel. It's a special niche of attorney that we are seeking to push forward. Thank you.
And for clarity, we went through those steps as it related to a special type of attorney that was supposed to handle that case. But I always get in closed session to go more in details about all of that because like I know when it's in litigation, you talk in the back. So can we call the roll, please, so we can go to closed session?
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to bundle I through L.
All right. And next on the agenda is personal matters. We will go
I'm
in
sorry, for correction, excuse me, Mayor. I said bundle, but it was for approval. So it's to approve items I through L, just
Right.
for the record.
Right. So we're going in closed session for personnel matters, but I do want to make some clarity and clear some things up. I see that you guys went and created this agenda, whereas I created an agenda for the Village of Dolton, and we put everything on there that was needed to talk about, including terminate the contract of Otisson, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. You guys didn't put that on here, nor did you put on there determination of Keith Freeman. I put that on there so the board and I can discuss it, but I don't see that here. Yet you put all these other people on here, and y'all do know this is targeted, this is harassment, and you guys are doing political retaliation for the names that you put on here for personnel matters. It don't make no sense that you're considering layoffs due to you claiming financial, but yet you're picking people that don't make half the salary as a lot of other people because you're supposed to start at the top, work your way down. But yeah, you pick people that in the clerks, they make what, $15 an hour? Like, make this make sense of how you guys are trying to handle this. And you know, like I know, you guys have the authority to put anyone on administrative leave. You don't have the authority to remove anybody that I appoint. So I just want to clear this up for the public because everybody got everybody y'all roused up, and then you guys sitting here just trying to make decisions without stating facts. So today we will state facts as it relates to what you do and what I do, as I always state. We're going to go in closed session, go over this bogus list that you put together, and then we'll come back out and we will tell the public again what the truth is in the matter of moving forward. But Keith Freeman will be added onto this list. It's shocking that you didn't put him on there, board, especially if y'all didn't like him, don't care for him.
So are we
whatever.
not having a regular meeting, Mayor? That's, I guess, for clarity, since you're saying he's going to be added to this list.
Yeah, but we got a
not
regular
having
meeting right after
regular
this. We have a regular meeting
Oh,
right after
okay,
this.
that's all I was
But I'm
trying
just
to
saying that you guys didn't add it. Y'all added everything else. And like I said, y'all want to be in control so bad. Y'all added all this stuff to the agenda, but you didn't add this. And then you put my report at the very end. Why is that? But this is stuff that I'm talking about. This is stuff I'm talking about. So you gotta let me do what I'm supposed to do and get my report like I get y'all the flow in this general announcement. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say about whatever y'all got going on, and then I get the opportunity to do the same. But you guys want to put it at the end as though I am not the leader of the city. So is there a motion to go in closed session?
They're all the leaders of the city. They just operate in different capacities because she want to just be the leader so bad, but she's not acting like a leader. She's trying to play it like a dictator. You got true leadership requires collaboration. You just can't throw it out there and see how it's going to go, or throw it out there and expect people to move how you want to move. You got to work with people, and that's what's happening here, why it's so difficult for her.
We discuss personnel. Not motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved to go into closed session.
All right, so we will be going downstairs to closed session. We might be down there in a minute. We got a lot of things to discuss. If you choose to stay, please. If not, this is your time to exit if you would like. Thank you so much.
This is interesting. Usually when we go into closed session, what we would do is we would go into closed session after the meeting is over, so that we don't stall everybody else with what's going on. But it's interesting that they going into closed session, and then I guess they're gonna come back. That's weird. Let me speed this up and see. This might be the end of what they're doing, but kind of crazy how that works. Let me fast forward here and see what's up. Let me bring it back in real time and see where they are. Because this might be the end of it. Yeah, so that's the end of it. City of Dolton. I tell you, man, these people here are interesting. They got a lot going on. Mayor Henyard, she's really got to fix this whole, what's the word I'm looking for? This whole transparency problem. People just don't trust her. That's why they don't respect her, the people that she's working with, because she ain't handling it the right way. So there's so many things going on with this city that's just not, I don't know, man. But you also got to understand, with elected officials, a lot of these people get put in the office out of popularity, not out of skills. We don't know what her resume was before this. For all we know, she has never been a manager, assistant manager, supervisor, executive, any of that. And these are high-level executive positions. It is what it is. And so if you don't have those skills, you don't magically get them just because you get elected. So I don't know. But we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for hanging out. This is the Unlikely Candidate, and remember, stay unlikely and be unstoppable. And I'm gonna catch you on the next one. All right.